Now, our second guest on tonight is an award-winning athlete, a best-selling author, and a former Miss Fitness World Champion. She is currently the ambassador for children's charity Variety. Please welcome Sue Stanley. Hey, Sue. Welcome.
Hey, how are you?
Grab a seat.
Thank you.
Firstly, thank you for coming on our Christmas special in March.
Thanks for having me.
Not a worry. We did have a present for you, but it was going to be donuts, but Lawrence Mooney may have already smashed them.
Or eaten them.
Or smashed and eaten, I think. He's not picky with his food.
Typical.
How are you?
I'm really well, thanks.
Okay, good. Do you mind if firstly I rewind the clock a little bit and we go back to 1988. You represented Australia at the Olympics water skiing.
That's right.
When it was an exhibition sport in '88.
Mm-hmm. It was a demonstration sport.
Yeah.
In Seoul, Korea.
And then did it kick off after that, or was that its one go?
No, that was its one go.
So you're the only. Are you the only Australian to represent the country at water skiing?
No, our whole team went over. So there was a whole team of Australians that went over. So they had tournament and also the show division. So we did the opening ceremony as a show division on the Han River right before the stadium and over the athletes and stuff like that.
Yeah,
fantastic.
awesome.
Yeah, no,
now,
it was great.
You've done just an amazing amount of stuff, because then you went from water skiing, you went on to do aerobic world championships.
That's right. Yeah, 3 worlds I won. Yep.
Yeah. Now I watched just a lazy 3. Didn't want to bring it up, but there we go. I watched the championships for the first time today. Mm-hmm. Is it fair to say it's kind of like someone's taken gymnastics and zhuzhed it up a bit? Like it's a bit more dancey and there's funky music to it and you've got some crazy costumes.
It's probably a cross between the dance and the gymnastics side of things. So yeah, put it together, 2-minute routine, and it's pretty cool. 2 minutes?
Mm-hmm. And is it like gymnastics where now people are getting trained up from the youngest age kind of possible? It's
kind of probably an avenue where probably gymnasts can go after being a gymnast, so it's more like a feeder into that. So because you know, by the time you're about 16, you're an old athlete of
over the hill in gymnastics terms.
Terrible. So where do you go? So it's probably another feeder in there that you can still keep fit, a bit active, and perform as well.
Okay, great. Now you also won Miss Fitness World Champion in the year 2000. Is that, to me, is that all about is that poses? Are we talking poses?
No. Well, I suppose after the aerobics competitions, I thought I hung up the G-string, but then I was like, I needed to come out and do something else again.
I've had that moment so many times. So.
But the Miss Fitness is sort of like a cross between the poses and the gymnastics, aerobics sort of.
Sure.
Put it all together. So we don't get judged, doing the muscles or anything like that.
Yeah.
So we don't have to get as low in the body fat area and everything. So, but we have to still do a fitness routine. So. Yeah, so you get judged symmetrically, like your upper body to your legs to arms, make sure your left is right. But, yeah.
Is there a calendar? It sounds like something there would be a calendar for. No? Like
I don't know what you're thinking.
No. I mean, you weren't like, there wasn't like a January, February for Miss Fitness World?
No.
No?
No, not at all.
You look at me with those eyes like it's not filthy. You've just made it sound filthy. It's not filthy.
No, it was something that I wanted to do because, you got to get your body fat down and you also have to perform and be fit. And I think I just played with the diet and nutrition sort of side because it was my passion. So, how low can you go but still be healthy?
Yeah.
So,
the more you talk, the more you're making me realise that maybe donuts was a really inappropriate choice of gift.
It's good after the competition.
Okay, cool. Now let's talk about Variety, the charity. Working with kids.
Yep.
It's working with disadvantaged and disabled kids.
Sick, disadvantaged, and kids with special needs,
Great, to give them the type of care they might not be able to afford.
Yeah, and teaches them the 3 L's to live, laugh and learn. So it just empowers young kids like that. So.
Fantastic work. Now they do a lot of events that we'll get to, but firstly, you mentioned to me before the show, you're competing in the New York Marathon to raise money for Variety?
Yeah, how silly is that?
Stupid. It's great, it's fantastic, but it's stupid.
I know, I was thinking, what was I thinking at the time?
Is that 42 kilometres?
That's what a marathon is?
That's where I'm at athletically. I don't even know how long it is. Okay.
But I mean, to go over to New York, I mean, it's probably... it was kind of a marathon.
You may as well just run there.
I know, that's what I think. But it was on my bucket list, maybe the thought of running a marathon. But to do it in New York and do it and raise some money for Variety was something a bit more special. So I put my hand up to do it. So.
Right, and so this isn't something you've done before? You've never run a marathon before?
No.
What are we talking? What's the max distance you've pushed out before?
Well, in my young heyday, 21.
Oh, it's just double that. That's fine.
But there's a big difference from 21 to 42. That's trust me.
You've just doubled the years and doubled the mileage
I know,
as well.
it's just it is tough.
And so that's in November.
It is in November over in New York.
Good luck. Now, there's some other great events that Variety, of course, do that people might know. The Santa Fun Run.
Have you done the Santa Fun Run?
I haven't done it. I've been there. I was working at a radio station when we were there one year. But I've seen it in action. It's a fantastic event. For those people who don't know, everyone gets dressed up as Santa. And here in Melbourne, they run around Albert Park Lake.
Are we actually doing it at Docklands now?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. This using Docklands, but the whole nation does it, so it's all collective. So all the states are going to do it at the same time, which is in, I think, the last weekend in November.
Yep.
And they all dress up in Santa suits. It's an amazing sight to see.
Well, I think to give the guys some idea of what we're talking about, we've got some footage here. So great, right? And
it's awesome.
Nothing quite like the combination of Santas and heavy metal as well.
It actually gets really hot in the Santa suit going for a run there.
Yeah,
it's great fun, absolutely.
Now there's other great events that you guys do. You also do things like Outback Adventures. You have the Variety Bash, which is a car rally kind of race. With all these events, I thought maybe we could pitch you a few more events. How does this sound?
What kind of events are you looking at?
Well, we figured you've got the Santa Fun Run, but we thought maybe you could kind of get a wider audience and maybe you could do the Hanukkah hop-along? No. Okay, moving on. You've got the Variety Bash, which is a car race. We thought you could do drag racing. Where we get your favourite drag queens from around Australia and they drag race against each other. We've got like Sherry LeQueer is interested, Vic Bitters is interested, Tora Hyman, all real drag names. Okay, last one. We've got last one.
Where is your mind going?
Horribly, if you'll see in about 5 seconds. We also you have the Outback Adventure, the Variety Outback Adventure. We thought you could do the Brokeback Adventure. No, it's not what you think. It's 2 gay cowboys, so it's a little what you think. Right, move on.
I don't know, where is your mind going?
Guys, if you want to know more about Variety, get on the web. Thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, please thank Sue Stanley.
Thank you.